What's up, guys? I'm here with another knife for you that I'm going to be reviewing today, and I'm freaking stoked about this one. This is a real treat, guys. I have a real special knife for you today, and it's just in time because I just hit 200 subscribers, and I could not be more excited. I know that's not like a crazy amount of subscribers or anything, but I'm personally just stoked to see growth on my channel. Anyway, so as you could see by the B-roll there at the beginning, I got a Hinderer for you. And this is a Hinderer Auto. Alright guys, before we get started, I would encourage you to subscribe to my channel if you would like to see my weekly content. This is a Blade Show exclusive. You cannot buy these new. They only sold these at Blade Show, so you can possibly find them online used, but you cannot find them anywhere else. This is not my knife. My friend Corey Frost is letting me borrow it to make a video on it. He actually won it in a giveaway from some guy. I do not remember his name at the moment, but yeah, Corey Frost. He runs a knife group on Facebook called Knives and Trees. He buys and sells used knives which are in generally good quality and good condition, so you should definitely check him out on Facebook. His group is Knives and Trees. I will put the link to that in the description. Also, I would like to give a shout out to the YouTube channel Freedom Frog Gear. He actually has a pretty cool channel. He does knife reviews. And yeah, I'll put the link to his channel in the description if you would like to go check his channel out, which I think you should. So yes, like I said, this was sold and made specifically for Blade Show. This is the Hinderer XM18 Auto with the fat carbon inlays, and this is a really excuse me, this is a really unique automatic knife because it is titanium. I can't think of any other automatic knives that are have titanium scales. They mostly end up being aluminum, like Microtech and ProTech. They use aluminum on all of their autos. So I can see why this would be a pretty sought after knife, just because it's freaking amazing in so many ways that we're going to get into it here. But it's just beautiful, and the action is so freaking snappy and satisfying. This is like the most satisfying auto I've ever experienced. Not gonna lie. Normally I don't even like autos, but if I could own this, I would. I would buy it. It's so freaking sick, man. So yeah, I guess we can just talk about the overall appearance. Got like the stonewash here on the titanium, stonewash on the blade. It's like a clip point, drop point blade here. Got the Hinderer laser etching there. USA CPM 20 CV, which is the blade still on this. This originally came with polished silver hardware, but Corey, the owner of this knife, he put this aftermarket black hardware set on there, which I think looks super sleek. But yeah, the button is still the silver. So yeah, like I said, the action is super snappy and satisfying. But one thing that is freaking crazy about this knife is you can actually take it apart, and there is an adjustment on the, I don't know exactly, but it's on the blade, I think. So yeah, you can take it apart and adjust the action. So you can, I'm not exactly sure how it's done, but there's like divots in the blade, and you can set the spring to which, like, how hard you want it to fly out. So you can have it be, I think this is not the most snappy setting. You can have it come out even harder, or you can have it come out slightly lighter, I'm pretty sure. So that's really cool. I don't know of any other companies that sell automatic knives that do that, so that is interesting. The lock, yeah, just a plunge lock, similar to a button lock, very similar, basically the exact same. It's just got a spring to force it out. Probably on phosphor bronze washers, I would imagine. I'm not 100% sure, but their ergos are absolutely amazing and truly just a pleasure to hold. Like, for real, no lie. It feels just beefy, but not too beefy. It really feels like it's gonna get the job done. Really like the false edge on the blade here, and then it kind of comes out with a reinforced tip. It's fairly thick behind the edge, but not, or the blade stock is fairly thick, but it's not like too thick, I think. And it's not crazy thin behind the edge, but it could be thinner, I think. But overall, this is just a piece of work. And when I was picking this up from my friend today, Corey, he was telling me that they could come out with a production version of this and it would be like $1,000. And yeah, and they were selling him a blade show for $700, I believe. So I'm really grateful and I'm really excited that I am able to get my hands on this and do a video on it. Truly an opportunity that is really just amazing. The pocket clip is not a deep carry pocket clip, but it's got the typical Hinderer design, and it does work very well. It's not too stiff, it's not too light of tension. It goes in and out of your pocket with ease, and I do really like the stone washing on this. It's going to hide scratches really well. Same with the carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is known to hide scratches really well as well. So Hinderers, they're just known to be hard use knives, and this is no exception to that rule. This is a hard use knife. This is a beast. 20 CV. It's not like the toughest steel, but I do not doubt that this blade has been heat treated to the best that it possibly could be by Hinderer. But yeah, there has been some controversy around Hinderer lately, like Rick Hinderer himself. I'm not going to get into that here, but one thing I should mention about the ergos, like I said, super comfortable, and you got this finger choil. Also the jimping on the blade here, you can choke up for precise cutting. Also you can use your index finger there. Scales, they got the nice chamfering on the edges. So yeah, if you're a fan of zero tolerance knives, I have a review on this knife as well. I'll put the link in the description. It is the zero tolerance 0562 titanium, but I just wanted to briefly compare these two knives because this was designed after this, basically. I mean, not the auto version, but the manual flipper version. So this is the XM18 auto, and this is the 0562 zero tolerance. And we can just take a look at some of the similarities. The zero tolerance obviously has a thinner blade. A couple differences I can notice is they both are extremely comfortable, but I feel like this just feels like the scales are slightly more like thick and beefy, and just this feels a little heavier. I do not know the weight of either of these at the moment, but the Hinderer does feel a bit heavier, and I'm not sure if it would be like that for the manual versions. I've never handled or compared these two knives, this and a manual version, side by side before, but it would be cool to do that. Both of these are 20 CV. Both of these full titanium. One is a flipper, one is a automatic. One is a deep carry pocket clip, which I prefer this pocket clip over this one, but let's talk about 20 CV for a bit. 20 CV is basically exactly the same as M390 and CTS204P. They perform all basically exactly the same. There's really no noticeable difference when it comes to performance. But yeah, they're all known to have extremely good edge retention, and they can be sharpened to an extremely fine edge, and they can hold that fine edge longer than pretty much any other blade steel. So if you want a premium steel that can hold a fine edge for a really long time, then I would definitely recommend something like 20 CV or M390 for your EDC blade steel material. But these steels can be slightly more prone to chipping than something like S35VN, let's say, just because S35VN is more tough and a little bit easier to sharpen, and usually that's what you get with a slightly softer steel. When it's an extremely hard steel like 20 CV, it can be a challenge to sharpen at times, and it can definitely be helpful to have a fixed sharpening system like the Work Sharp Precision Adjust.